Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's check another sound alike that share the same qiǎn, the right side. Now, this time we pair it with the eyeball symbol, the eye. And the whole thing, jiǎn again. No surprise here. Okay. It means eyelid. And that's an interesting, or I would say explainable. Because yesterday when we talked about this alkaline, this gathering of the chemically active element in nature, this gathering created this crystallite effect of this element. Before I have chemistry to know exactly what that is, right? So this is the observation feature of how that looks. Now, when we describe eyelid, we have a way to describe eye, right? And eyelid, by drawing something around it, would be one solution because we have a eyebrow that's literally draw something next to the eye just by the location. But the eyelid, since the eyebrow already take that position, how can express eyelid? The Chinese solution with eyelid is interesting, tied to the meaning of this qiǎn that came from the gathering under one roof, different voices. And then after debating, the decision was made and everybody followed, going the same direction. So this collective decision-making process starts with gathering of people, gathering of ideas, of this gathering. So here, gathering plus eye symbol would be the flashes gathering around the eyes. And that's how Chinese express eyelid. And we probably don't think eyelid too much. But this gathering, this muscle control around the eyes to control how much light or protection you want the eyes. This, like a majority of the sensor, like 70% of the sensor information of our humans collecting of the outside world data came from the visual sensors. So this is critical actually to how we experience the world. And there we go, this Chinese way of gathering the flesh around the eyeball, and that's the eyelid, and it contains both the upper and the lower, right? Okay, a few expressions. 眼睑, 眼 is a Chinese way to just say the whole eye, including the eyeball and the eyelids. And then 睑 is eyelid specific. So here, again, is this adjacent meaning thing, and we probably start from the whole thing, 眼, and then talk about the specific thing to that whole thing. And when we hear it, 眼睑, well, there's another 眼睑. It's yesterday we met 眼睑. That's salt and alkaline. That happen to sound like 眼睑. So I guess even if we double down on the meaning of something, audibly, they can still have their cousins and twins of, sound alikes in double characters, and that's totally different things. And by that, we have to differentiate which 眼睑 that is based on the context. But at least by pairing two of them together, that reduces chance of overlapping sound alikes. Okay, so that's 眼睑. 眼裂, 裂 means cracks. It came from the stone. This bone cracking. So ancient hunter-gatherer society scenery, like you crack the bone, and then eventually add a sewing, the clothing sign, to mean you cut the fabric from, like once you cut, it's gone, it's done. You cannot uncut the fabric already. The fiber was split. So I guess it's a civilized version of what was used to be that bloody thing of cracking the bones. And here, this crack imagery preserved here to pair with eyelid. So what do you mean, eyelid crack? Okay. In medical terms, it's called a palpebral fissure, and talks specifically of this opening of the width and the height, the shape. So, I mean, eye opening, probably we can flatten it, even if it's a 3D thing, with just two measurements, right? And with that, you can sort of describe how your eye opening would look like. And I know, Asians used to have this slanted, narrow eye opening, caricature of a Western imagination or characterization of how an Asian eye would look. But in fact, over there, like all kinds of eye opening shapes, height, and width. So jiǎn li talks specifically of this proportion, your width against your height of the eye opening. Okay. 剪下垂, 下 means down or downward, both status and dynamic capable. Okay, that's the amazing part. And 垂 means dangling. So downward dangling here, 剪下垂 talks specifically of the medical condition called ptosis. That's your upper eyelid, downward dangling, draping. So droopy eyelids. That's the medical condition. I mean, it came with aging or all kinds of, traumas or whatever conditions you met, but that was a medical condition. Could be dangerous if you don't treat when it's blocking your vision. So aesthetic is one thing, but function is the critical thing. It depends on how droopy that get. So this is how Chinese describe the two eyelid conditions here. 剪裂 and 剪下垂. I mean, 剪裂 is normal, the proportion, I guess, is a feature of the eyelid versus 剪下垂 is the real medical condition that can be risky and require surgery. So here, eyelid, 剪. Thank you for your time. See you another day.